Welcome to OzRacingWrap News for 9th of November. In this episode, we'll have a quick look at Nascar, Formula 1, some latest V8 driver news, and we'll have a look at breaking news and some action around the country this weekend in motorsport. But we're going to head stateside to kick it off, where the Nascar season is quickly coming to an end. Marcus Ambrose raced down in Texas this weekend in the third last race of the season. Wasn't a great qualifying. He started on the 16th row of the grid, but he did manage to bring it home 12th, having worked his way through the field throughout the race. The race, however, is probably going to be more known for the crash between Jeff Burton and Jeff Gordon. Gordon crashed out as a result of the contact, and with that crash saw his title hopes evaporate. He wasn't happy, and the two came to blows on the infield over the incident, in a thing that NASCAR is clearly not going to be happy about. For Marcus Ambrose, though, he felt the crew had done a great job all day. They'd had good speed. They'd run around the top 10 all day, and he really thought they probably deserved a bit better than 12th, which they didn't get in the end, leading him to once again reflect that things of late just hadn't quite broken the team's way, and they just needed a little bit more luck. But with two races left, his and the team's focus is firmly finishing in the top 25 in the points, so looking for two strong results in the final two races to achieve that, and they should be able to climb up the ladder. So we'll keep you updated at OzRacingWrap with Marcus's final two races. But of course, the big talking point in motorsport this week is the world of Formula 1, where our own Mark Webber stands on the edge of claiming the World Drivers' Championship. He heads into the last race in Abu Dhabi just 8 points behind Ferrari's Fernando Alonso, the championship leader. Mark and his teammate, who is third, are both good chances for the title. That's obviously creating some tension, though, with Red Bull confirming today there will be no team orders issued this weekend. And Christian Horner says he will leave it up to the drivers to make the right decision on the track. That's probably no surprise, and it's probably a reasonable decision. Vettel did indicate before Brazil that his quote, or paraphrasing his quote, was that he did maths at school, he knows how it works, and he will do what's needed to ensure it's a Red Bull driver who is the world champion this year. So some hope there that he would help Mark, but the key to that is Mark has to be in a position to be able to claim the title, it seems, before Vettel would be prepared to do anything to help him. So the pressure on Mark to probably win the race outright on his own. Mark reflected on that just before Brazil, where he again indicated that it was his opinion that the team overall favoured Vettel. Not so much in the way they gave them equipment or treated them, just naturally in his view, the young up-and-coming charger was a bit of the team favourite. So Mark clearly understands the dynamic within the team, knows what he's got to do this weekend, and we know all of Australia will be riding with him in Abu Dhabi, hoping he can become our first world champion since Alan Jones. Meanwhile, in V8 supercars, a mini storm set off today, with media reports linking James Courtney with a move over to Holden. The story seemed to gain such momentum throughout the day that James' management was quick to issue a press release denying that Courtney would be going anywhere. Alan Gow issued a statement where he said it was flattering that the media had so much interest in James' future, but he said, and I quote, "Let me be very clear on this, James is contracted to Dick Johnson Racing, and that is the only contract or agreement in existence for him to drive in V8 Supercar Championship. I really can't put it any more plain than that." He did say people would try and read some loopholes in his words. One glaring one that leaps out at everyone, I'm sure, is that the statement makes no reference to how long that contract is at Dick Johnson Racing. So anyway, taking him on face value, Ford fans rest easy. It doesn't seem that James Courtney is going anywhere in the short term, and certainly not over to the red side of the field. But let's move on to breaking news now. On the weekend over in Adelaide, it was the Targa High Country Tarmac Rally. It was taken out by Kevin Weeks and John Allen in their Lamborghini. They beat a similar Lamborghini home of Jason White and John Wright, and Porsche 911 GT2 of Jim Richards and Barry Oliver came home third in that event. Of course, there's no Classic Adelaide in rally this year, so that event attracted a fair bit of interest over there, and we know from the site numbers, the report on the weekend also attracted a lot of interest. So congratulations to Kevin and John on that result. Also on rally this weekend, we've seen the return of Rally Victoria to the ARC Championship, an event down in Warragul, Friday night super special and 1 day of action on the Saturday down there. Sadly, the weather forecast is not great for Victoria on weekend. Talks of up to 30 millimetres or more of rain on Saturday. So it's probably going to be very tough conditions for competitors. No doubt will probably impact spectators. But if you are looking for more information on that, head along to rallyvictoria.com.au in the spectator section and find out where you can catch up with the Australian rally stars and, of course, the local Victorian rally competitors. Lakeside Park this weekend, it'll be hosting the Festival of Italian Motorsport. It's the final round of the Top Gear Racing Series. So if you're in Queensland near Lakeside Park, head along there and have a look at that. It should be a great day. That's on Sunday the 14th. Last week saw the release of the Shannon's Nationals 2011 full schedule, which included a 6-round Porsche GT3 Super Cup. So pop along to the website where you can look that story up and get the full schedule from there. But good to see Shannon's extending their sponsorship of that series, and the series producing a very good schedule with some very different track formats for the 2011 season. Also on scheduling, International Rally of Queensland, that's been forced to have a date change for next season. It's moved forward in the year. It'll now be on the 13th to 15th of May. That, of course, incorporates the Asia Pacific Rally Championship. That move in part because of the return of the WRC on the biannual basis back to Australia, and the WRC itself has also moved venues and will be running Coffs Harbour from September 8 to 11. So we'll keep you updated with news on those two events as they come to hand. But important to note, the move there to the 13th and the 15th of May, and Coffs Harbour for the WRC round. After, it has to be said, the controversy of the Northern New South Wales WRC round the last time the championship was here. And also just noting that tickets have gone on sale for the Bathurst 12 hours, and there's a big call out for volunteers for that weekend. Many rule changes for Bathurst 12 hour next year. Looks like being a great event in February. We'll keep you up to date with it at the site, but really good one to get along to. This year's race was certainly one of the classics at the mountain, and with the new categories that have been introduced, should be some great racing up there for the Bathurst 12 hour. So that's all we've got for you at OzRacingWrap News this week. Don't forget, pop along to OzRacingWrap.com.au or drop us an email, Shaun at OzRacingWrap.com.au for all your motorsport news, and we'd love to hear from you.